My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to give you my favorite Underdog Fantasy entries for UFC 282. And this is a very tricky card. I'm not going to lie. This is a tricky card, but I think I found our spots to make us some money. But before I jump into that, head on over to wewantpicks.com/underdog. And if you use promo code WWP, they will instantly match your deposit. If you give them 50, they'll give you 50. If you give them 100, they will give you 100. Take the very free money. Play some of these lines. You'll see we're up money here. We've been doing well. We've been hitting these the last couple of weeks and absolutely been crushing it. So let's go ahead and ride that train, continue this path towards success. And what makes Underdog Fantasy very interesting is not only do you get individual fighter lines, you also get what they call rivals, which is fighter versus fighter, and you pick who you think is going to have more or less of something between those two. But let's go ahead and come in here. Magomed Ankalaev, 69.5 significant strikes. I actually like the higher there. I think Magomed Ankalaev is just going to jab and strike his way to a decision win. I think he's going to be dancing around, using the reach, and he's going to land a whole bunch of significant strikes. A significant strike is any strike from range, and he's nothing but range. So I think he's absolutely going to blow past that 69.5. He's done that before. We checked the stats. He's gotten past that number in decisions in the past, and I think he's going to do that here, especially Jan Blachowicz isn't going to be looking to wrestle. So I think you're going to end up blowing past this 69.5 significant strike line. After that, a lot of these are very tough. Patty at 49.5, excuse me, he may end up defending a ton of takedowns and doing a lot of grappling. He may not get there. Ponzinibbio, he's actually pretty good for the more here, but Alex Morono is a tough, solid guy. The one I do like here, though, is Ilya Topuria under 39.5. This can be a grappling match. He's a grappler. He's got power in his hands. Bryce Mitchell, a grappler. So he's either going to knock Bryce Mitchell out early or they're going to be wrestling. And if they're wrestling, he doesn't have the time or range to land 39.5 significant strikes. And if you go back, check his stats, he's not doing it. He's just not getting to that number. So this is a shockingly high number. I think it's because they're expecting it to go 3 full rounds. But yeah, even if it thinks he goes 3 full rounds, how the hell is he going to land 39 strikes? Because if it's 3 rounds, there's wrestling involved. So I like the lower on him there. Outside of that, I don't like any of these other lines. You'll see there are no takedowns. Usually there's takedown lines here. We do not see those. So hopefully those drop later in the week. Go ahead and check those if they do. But as of right now, they are non-existent. So let's head on over to Rivals. And on Rivals, it's another tricky spot. Jan Blachowicz, 12.5. This is saying Jan Blachowicz is going to start with 12.5 significant strikes and whoever lands more. Magomed Ankalaev is probably still the play here, but I'm not going to touch that. Jared Gordon, Patty, they're giving Jared the significant strikes. Again, it's so tricky. Jared could just win a wrestling match or he could just get absolutely smoked. And if he gets smoked, well, then the 8.5 isn't going to be, not much of a difference. Doesn't matter much to him there. Alex Morono, tricky. Darren Till, tricky. Again, I think Darren Till can absolutely win this fight, and they're giving him 14.5 significant strikes, which is fantastic. But he's been out for a year. He's had some injuries. Let's just leave it alone and see what happens. And what is nice about these, though, they're giving him 14.5 significant strikes. Let's say he's knocked out the second punch thrown. That hits because he started with 14.5, and Dricus only landed 2. So that actually hits. So that's actually why that one's a little tempting. But the only one I actually like here that I will touch is Alexander Hernandez at plus 19.5. Listen, I think he can absolutely land some strikes in this fight. And even Billy's got pretty insane volume. I mean, insane volume. But I think Alexander Hernandez can land as well. Billy Quarantillo is very, very hittable. His opponents land more on him than they do on any of their other opponents. So I think that will hit as well. But this is an insurance play. That's what is amazing about Underdog is you can have some insurance here. Even with the insurance, a 3-pick play is $30. $30 even with the insurance. Without the insurance, it's $60. So guys, I'm very, very confident with the insurance. I've already played this. Let's take a look. I've already got that exact one going just to show you here. I did the insurance as I always do. And if we take a look at our results, just give me an hour and a half to click on it. We've been cashing $30, $30. Yes, we lost these 20, but then $120 here. 4 picks we cash. So we've been crushing these. We've been doing well lately. Last week was solid. The weeks before that, we've been doing well. WeWantPicks.com/underdog. WeWantPicks.com/underdog. Use promo code WWP when you sign up. They will instantly match your deposit